this lesson is printmaking. Printmaking started with the early cavemen as their fingerprint impression found in the walls of their caves. Woodcut is the oldest form of printmaking and it is a printing technique. That is, it is a segment of printmaking. So now let's define printmaking. Printmaking is the process of transferring impressions from a matrix onto a paper or fabric. A matrix is a physical surface that can be manipulated to hold ink, which is then transferred to a paper. A matrix could be carved out of wood or any other object. We have different ways of making prints. The most common way is putting ink or paint on a surface and pressing that surface on a paper or any object you wish to use. There are 4 main types of printing and they include relief, intaglio, planographic, and stencil. Relief is a printmaking technique that you can compare to a rubber stamp, just like the stamp used in offices. So this is how it works. You take something that you can carve like wood and carve away the parts you don't want to show in the picture. Then you put ink on the surface you have carved and press the paper on the ink surface and peel off to reveal your prints. Intaglio is the opposite of relief. Here the artist scratches the pictures into the surface of the matrix. These scratches hold ink and are what shows up when the paper is pressed on the surface. Here are some tools and materials you can work with. You have metal, needle and plastic, each with different names such as etching and engraving. Planograph. Planograph is a bit more complicated than the others. It involves the surface being treated in some way that would allow you put ink on the surface and get a print. So in planograph you don't carve, rather chemicals are used. Lithography. Lithography is another type of print that was invented in 1798 by Alois Sinnefeder. Lithography, you take a poor surface, usually limestone, and draw your picture on it with something like an oil pastel. Then you pour in an acid which makes the greasy picture transfer on the stone, and then you seal the rest of the surface with water. Next, you pour in the ink which is oily so it won't stick to the wet stone, and then you press your paper on the surface and carefully pull it off. So now we're going to discuss on screen printing. Screen printing is a printing technique where a mesh is used to transfer impression on the surface of a fabric. Certain areas are blocked so the ink won't penetrate. Screen printing is a traditional process of fabric production.
In this video, you will learn how to make potato prints. Here are some of the materials needed. We need our paper, slice of potato, pencil, acrylic also known as ink. We also need our paintbrush and paper clips. The first step is to sketch the design you wish to create. Your design should be something simple. It should not be complex. Then you place the other side of the paper on the sliced potato. Make sure the design is at the center. Thereafter, you poke hole along the design lines using a paper clip. So you carefully use the paper clip to trace out the design on the potato. Thereafter, you remove the paper from the potato. Because we have already traced our design on the potato, it will be easier for us to scoop out the unwanted part from the potato. That is the part that you don't want to receive ink. You use your paper clip to remove that area. You could also use a small knife in place of paper clip. After scooping out the unwanted part from the potato, you get a dried paper and you use it to clean the surface of the design. Be careful not to distort the already created design. The next step is to use a wet paintbrush to spread paint evenly on the potato. Get a flat surface and press your design on the paper for like 3 seconds. Then you slowly lift the potato from the paper. You will discover that a print is formed. You can continuously repeat this print to form a pattern. This is for potato print. So now let's see how to make print using leaves. Just like what we did for potato print, in leaf print you get the leaf you wish to use and then you apply ink at the back of the leaf and then you press it on your paper. Then your print is formed. So you can continuously repeat this print to form a beautiful pattern, just like what you're seeing now on your screen. This print is being repeated to create a beautiful design.